we take a look at the top 10 biggest ships currently running today. At number 10, the Royal Clipper. The fully rigged cruise ship has 5 masts and 42 sails. It is argued by many people to be the biggest sailing ship in the world, with over 55,000 feet of sail area. She offers a one-of-a-kind experience for over 227 guests who want to travel in classic luxury. The ship features 3 swimming pools, multiple lounges, and even a small library. Now, if you ever do want to go on this ship, prices start at around $1,000 for a 7-night trip in the Caribbean. At number 9, the Azzam Yaht. There are virtually no limits when it comes to luxury, and the super yacht dominates its class by length and price. She has an estimated price of around $600 million and operating costs up to $60 million per year. Now, the super yacht was supposedly built for the President of United Arab Emirates, and it's been kept out of the spotlight ever since its debut. The Azzam is perfectly suited for a James Bond villain, and it has a helicopter pad and mini submarine, and there's even speculation that it has a missile defense system. And not much is known about the interior, but it does feature a 100-foot lounge section with 50 suites to accommodate all those rich politicians. At number 8, the Club Med 2. Although it might not take the title of the biggest true sailing ship, the Club Med is still one of the biggest cruise ships for its category in the world. The Club Med has 5 masts with 7 automatically controlled sails, but it also features 2 diesel-electric engines. The ship has 8 decks, carries over 500 people, and travels in the Caribbean and Mediterranean. Now, the starting rates for the ship are relatively expensive, but it does have 2 restaurants, a nightclub, and even an exquisite spa. There are currently over 180 cabins, including a luxurious owner's suite, which tops 420 square feet and is something I'll never be able to afford. At number 7, the MS Color Magic. The world's biggest ferry, in terms of tonnage, travels in style between Germany and Norway. It travels between the 2 countries in just 1 day, and it has over 1,000 cabins, plus it can carry over 500 cars. It is powered by 4 10,000 horsepower Wärtsilä engines, which gives the Magic a top speed of 22 knots. It has a huge shopping center, numerous restaurants, and a grand conference center. It's also one of the most luxurious ferries on the sea. Now, if you plan to make a trip between the 2 nations and you missed the color, you can take a trip on its sister ship, the Fantasy, which is very similar in size. At number 6, the Dockwise Vangaurd. If you see something very strange and peculiar traveling in the ocean, it might just be the Vanguard. The unique semi-submersible heavy lift ship can carry oil facilities and even other ships. It can carry over 116,000 tons and can submerge her deck 52 feet below the water's surface. The Vanguard has a huge cost advantage by acting as a massive dry dock in the middle of the seas. But it can also go an impressive 13 knots while carrying a heavy load, and it can also accommodate a large crew of 40 people. The cost of the vessel peaked around $240 million, and it was built by Hyundai Heavy Industries. At number 5, the MS Harmony of the Seas. The biggest cruise ship in the world can carry up to 6,700 people. It features a theater, a full basketball court, and even a mini Central Park. But one of its greatest features is the Aqua Theater. It contains one of the deepest pools in a ship, and with a 30-foot diving platform, it presents some of the best diving and aerial performances. The ship is also powered by 6 Wärtsilä engines, which produce over 60 megawatts of power, which is enough to power a small town. The Harmony is one of the most expensive ships ever built, with a price tag of over $1.35 billion. At number 4, the USS Gerald R. Ford. This brand new SuperCarrier is making waves as the biggest and most powerful ship in the US Navy. And with a cost of around $13 billion, it'll be one of the most expensive ships in the battlefield. The ship can carry over 4,500 people, 75 aircraft, and is powered by 2 nuclear reactors, each capable of producing 300 megawatts, which is 3 times more power than its predecessor, and enough power to feed an entire city. Now, the ship is going to have some pretty incredible features, including the dual-band radar and a new type of electromagnetic launch system. The Gerald Ford carrier will also be the flagship of the Navy for decades, but it'll also have a lot to prove for its enormous price tag. At number 3, the TI Class Supertanker. These massive ships carry oil across major waterways and are dual-hulled in order to protect them from a major oil spill. They have been running for over 15 years and they can carry 3 million barrels of oil. The ships can go over 17 knots and are astounding in size, but they do not hold the record for being the largest supertankers ever built. This title goes to the Seawise Giant, which was over 1,500 feet long and could carry 564,000 deadweight tonnage. It was longer than the Petronas Towers, and it ran for decades. At number 2, the Pioneering Spirit. The world's largest construction vessel is a behemoth, and it's designed for installation of offshore platforms, pipelines, and even huge bridges. And at a cost of $3 billion, it's also one of the most expensive ships of its kind. The Pioneering Spirit operates as a semi-submersible ship, which can ballast to a lower level and allow it to lift huge superstructures. Two of its biggest cranes can lift over 48,000 tons, which is also a record in itself. The ship has 8 diesel generators capable of producing 90 megawatts, which is enough to power 60,000 homes. It also holds 571 people, 2 bridges, and a joint factory for welding and testing. At number 1, the CSCL Globe. The biggest container ship in the world can carry over 19,000 20-foot containers, which is enough for 156 million pairs of shoes or 900 million cans of beans. It also holds one of the most powerful diesel engines in the world, and it's capable of producing 93,000 horsepower, although it's been slightly derated for this ship. 5 of these class of ships are on order, and each vessel requires a crew of 31 people. Now, the Globe does not completely dominate the container scene, as the MSC Oscar comes in at a close second in length, but it can carry 100 more containers than the Globe. But the future will always bring bigger and more staggering ships to the seas. So once again, thanks for watching, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.